YouTube is a wild place. Not only are there more subtypes of YouTube videos than there are combinations of my wardrobe, but there are more hours on the internet than anyone could feasibly watch in a lifetime. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be making some French press coffee. While there are many different kinds of ways of making coffee, this one happens to be one of the simplest. But before we begin, I think it's important to note that whatever type of coffee that you like the best is the best way to make it. This just happens to be one of my favorites. So to start off, you're going to want to pick a bag of your favorite type of coffee, preferably in whole bean, but if you don't have a grinder, you can go with ground. Whole bean just keeps it fresher. Make sure that you get a better tasting, more well-rounded cup of coffee. And there are a couple of thoughts on making the perfect cup of French press coffee. Some people actually measure their coffee out by weight. I just measure it out by size and volume. I have a 1/3 cup of coffee that we'll toss in the hopper. Since this is an immersion style of making coffee, we're going to turn it from extra fine, which you would use for espresso, over to a very coarse ground. With your beans all ground up, you're going to open up your French press, toss in the coarse grounds, take some hot water. If you don't have a hot water boiler, you can boil it in the microwave or on the stove. I recommend somewhere just below boiling temp. And take a second to douse the grounds, not fill it entirely, just enough to make sure that all the grounds are wet. Let that sit for about 30 seconds. Then you'll throw in that additional water. And let that sit for about 4 minutes. You come back after 4 minutes, find a mug you like, there you have it. At this point you may be wondering, what on earth does making coffee have to do with real estate? I suppose it depends on who you ask. Anyway, let's get into the episode. If you were to ask me what coffee has to do with real estate, I'd respond, number 1, realtors like to drink a lot of coffee. And number 2, it has to do with value. Many of you watching this video may already know how to make coffee in one of several ways. Others of you may not like coffee at all, or maybe this was something new and valuable to you. In real estate, one of the ways we create value is by education. Real estate agents help people understand the law at the state and federal level, as well as the city and county, so that they don't get sued, among other things, and they're able to buy the home that they love and create value for future generations. As with making coffee, some people prefer to do real estate themselves and navigate the waters of law and everything that comes with it in buying and selling homes. Others have never bought or sold real estate before, and to them, it's like those of you that have never made French press coffee before. Realtors provide insights into the market and home value, and things having to do with law and contracts. Contracts and law. How exciting, right? If these videos were purely that, I'm sure you'd click away faster than a spam email in your inbox. So instead, here's a video that contains items that don't have much to do with real estate. For those of you interested in making videos, over the next several months I'll be providing insights into the stuff I learned in college, starting with today's video on framing. Framing is a very simple concept, but how you execute it defines very much how your video looks. A very simple way of explaining framing is looking at everything in frame and controlling it all. For example, in this frame, you have a hose over here, a bucket over here. It looks like and feels like a mess, because it is. The same location with a little change in framing makes all of the difference. You control the entire screen by making sure you're cognizant of all parts of it. Well, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. Also, if you're in Colorado Springs, I am Christopher Sapp with Keller Client's Choice Realty. Until next time, take care.